Classic Hits, My 1059. Finally Friday morning, and we're excited to announce special guests in the studio from Saturday Night Live. Chris Kattan. Welcome, Chris. Oh, and Lucas and Wayne.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Apparently I'm supposed to be introduced.
I just introduced you.
No, that wasn't enough.
Okay.
These guys need to be introduced.
Let's first introduce Lucas. Lucas Seeley presents.
Introduce Lucas to introduce me.
Should we introduce Wayne to introduce Lucas?
To introduce me. Yeah.
Okay. Wayne, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks so much for
Always
having
good
me.
to see you.
Yeah, man. I'm super happy to be here. Hey, well, I want to introduce my best friend and colleague, Lucas Seeley.
Lucas Seeley.
Good morning, Billings, Montana.
Good morning, Lucas.
Good morning, Willie. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Welcome back.
Thanks. I missed you.
Moving on.
Lucas is here to make a big announcement.
Yes. You know that every December we always have a very funny person.
Very funny bird.
So my Christmas present to Billings was Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan.
Hi.
There's your introduction.
Thank you. Let's do it again.
Sorry about the big chair.
Oh, I love it. I like big chairs.
What?
I almost said big hairs. Should have been a real Freudian slip.
It's great to see you here. Is this
Thank
the first
you.
time you've ever been to Montana?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be here. I haven't seen it yet because I got in last night. It's
Right.
been dark since. That guy just farted and left. He just disappeared.
It's Wayne.
I'm not kidding.
Weird Wayne.
He did one of those famous oops, I tooted and I'm gonna leave. Like that really covers it up.
You
were in the elevator.
You know, you're blowing the doors off just about everybody
Am I?
that Lucas has ever brought here. I mean, this is the whole town's talking about it. Nobody's ever had
About
anybody
what?
here from Saturday. You.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
No, the town's in an uproar. I heard they're even. You're going
Everything's
to add
on
another
fire.
show.
What?
You're going to add another show.
They added another show. I know. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
It's great. Fortunately, I'm not going to show up. Nobody knows yet, but that's the real twist. But no, they added a third show, so that's very cool.
Well, let's talk about you a little bit. Of course, everybody knows you from Saturday Night Live. What about before that? Where did you?
But people know me from before that. a lot of just
Just average people.
human trafficking
Sure.
stuff. I did a lot of stuff on the boats. for
Where were you
Navy
born?
People. What?
Let's start there. Where were you born?
I thought you said what port. I was going to say Long Beach. I was born in a trunk because I'm a performer. No, I was born in a womb of a Hungarian woman. My mother's name is Heine, believe it or not, and she married my father, Jerome Kattan, and they got married in Sherman Oaks, California, and they both studied Zen Buddhism. So the Roshi, the teacher, told them to have a baby, and they had me. And then they got divorced because my mom slept with another dude. And then my mom... trying to think of other things. Oh, you know who shot our video? I just learned this recently. Shot the video for my mom and dad's wedding was Richard Edlund. He's the ASC for Industrial Lights and Magic. Like, he's the dude that came up with Star Wars. And
Now, you come from
Lost Ark.
a showbiz background anyways. Your dad was in a lot of stuff.
Not really. I mean, well, my dad was a character actor. He made
Your dad
money.
was a Smurf.
He was a Smurf. He was also like on the Jeffersons, and he was on, all those shows, a lot of TV stuff. And yeah, that's good. Have a conversation and walk in the studio. He was a successful character actor. He was also one of the founders of the comedy group, The Groundlings. Mm-hmm. So I used to watch him perform when I was a kid, like 7 or 8 years old, and go to the show and see him perform and see like Paul Rubens create Pee Wee Herman and the beginnings of, like Phil Hartman and
John Lovett start there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that was very cool. So I got to find out what my calling was early on.
Right.
But anyway, my mom met my stepdad, and they moved to a place called Mount Baldy, which is in Southern California, but it is kind of a national forest. So I am very adept to the forest, trees, and rocks. And,
you should enjoy it here. Then we've got
if I'm thirsty, I have to. I know how to save my saliva by sucking rocks.
Really?
So, but that's why I like Montana too.
No, you'll enjoy it.
Exactly, because of the forest and wilderness and that kind of thing.
And then, of course, Saturday Night Live for
Natives.
8 seasons. Saturday Night Live. We got to talk about
Saturday
that.
Night Live.
You're in some of the greatest sketches ever on Saturday Night Live.
Well, I know the number one sketch of all time. I don't know why they voted. How they voted it is
More
Cowbell.
Cowbell,
More
for
Cowbell.
sure.
Actually,
Yep.
it's called the Blue Oyster Cult. Is the name of the sketch.
It's my favorite by
And Chris
far.
Parnell and Will Ferrell wrote it, and I and Jimmy Fallon and Horatio Sands, and Christopher Walken are in the sketch.
Right. When I think Chris,
I play the guitar. I play the.
You are your lead guitar player. You got the mustache.
I'm that
70s,
guy. I'm the one who starts it. And I'm the dude that starts the laughing part.
Oh,
because
you
Farrell said
lose
like,
it first.
Well, no, Farrell said before we did the sketch, he said like, you know, he said like, just feel free to just push me really hard, just like shove me, like just really let it out. And I said, okay. So when it came to my line, I went, don't blow this for us, Gene. And I pushed him, and I still held on to his shirt, and I think it just really, he was like a little shocked at the strength I had. Because I'm kind of like an ant, small but really strong. Okay. It's not like, you know, when you see an ant on the ground picking up twigs, and yet it's like a big tree to them. So with my strength, I pushed him, and he laughed, and because he was surprised that I was strong. And then he looked at Jimmy, and Jimmy laughed, and that's when everyone started laughing.
Nice.
So
yeah, definitely.
Those days are over.
The other one of my favorites that you were in was the American Undercover with John Goodman.
That was
smoking out.
Yeah.
Stuff. There isn't probably a week that goes by in this radio station that somebody doesn't quote that.
Really?
Sketch. Yeah.
I love doing that sketch. A lot of people didn't.
Classic.
I wrote that a couple times too. Amy Poehler and I and Tina Fey actually wrote the sketch.
Okay.
That was her writing. So the three of us would write together, and sometimes guest hosts. They have a right to choose what sketches to do, and when you pitch them in a meeting, they know that you're going to write it, so they probably are going to say, cool, let's do that sketch. But sometimes they don't choose it. It's kind of like, why would you not do that? And it's always weird. Like, I remember Ashton Kutcher didn't choose that sketch, and I thought, like, why not? Because it was really funny.
It was fun.
And I guess maybe trailer trash. Like, I guess people have a sensitive spot.
Huh? Maybe.
Some people. Matthew McConaughey also didn't choose that. He would have been perfect. In the sketch, he kept taking off his shirt, going, all right, showing his tattoo, like, I got chili pepper on my arm. And he didn't choose that. I guess he didn't want to hurt himself or the other native wolves. 8
seasons, you probably got to meet. You got to meet a lot of guest hosts.
Yes.
Who was your favorite?
That's a hard question to ask. That's like saying who's my favorite person I went down on. Where did that come from?
So who was the favorite person you went down on?
Oh, Bono.
No. Oh, Jesus.
No. That would be Laura Branigan. Nobody remembers her. It was awesome to meet all those people, and then some people you become friends with or not, and it's just incredible. It's a dream come true. And
favorite musical performance while you're on there? Do you guys watch that while it's going on?
You get to go down. That's the best. You get to go down. Thursday they rehearse. They do their sound check on Thursday, like around, I believe, like 10 a.m. or noon.
Okay.
And during their sound check, they do the songs that they're going to do on the show, but sometimes they do other songs because they're doing a sound check.
Right.
You know, someone like Rihanna will probably just do her song or not show up. And just kind of like, whatever. But then someone like Springsteen will be there and just say, hey, who wants me to sing Born in the USA? Like, yes, let's do it.
Cool.
But it's so funny, like, the people like Rihanna's like, no, thank you. And then someone like Bowie's like, you want to hear Rebel Yell? Rebel?
Right.
Like, yeah, it's like so cool. Like, I just don't get 23-year-old R&B artists sometimes.
You're living out in LA now?
I am, yeah.
And so you obviously lived in New York during
the
taping of that. So you've lived on both sides. What do you prefer?
Of the states?
Yeah.
I prefer New York.
Do you?
It's a city, yeah. It's a great city. It has more stories to tell, and there's so much character and personality, and you can walk on the streets, and you don't have to drive. LA, you have to drive everywhere to get somewhere. In
right.
New York, you could just walk.
Nobody drives, right?
And you're gonna find something to do on every block. Like every block has this great store, or fantastic celery, or something to eat, or it's got so much character.
You turned over your face. Is that uncomfortable?
Yeah,
you looking at yourself?
Face. Why would I?
That's from your Corky
Tell
Romano.
the viewers or the listeners that there's a big big Corky Romano
What happened was
face mask.
Caitlin downstairs bought the press junket off the internet from.
Oh, really?
And so she's
How
got.
much was
wait
it?
till you
It's
meet
like an
her.
old-
She is the super fan. She
Really?
is. Yeah, she's.
Well, I
gonna
better wipe my
frequent
nose.
you.
Do you have a Kleenex?
We do. We'll get you. Lucas, right back there. Could you grab that roll?
Once you just said her name, I just started drooling and things came out of my nose.
That's okay.
But this is like the original press kit?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So we got Chris Kattan, 5 shows. That's Chris right there.
I hope no one heard that.
Manny's Sports and Entertainment this weekend. Lucas, come on up here real quick.
Let me get rid of my snot rag. Hold on.
Show tonight.
Ugh, it's like
2
4
shows
pounds
tonight.
of
What are we?
snot.
7:30 and
It's 7:30
And 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Go native.
And then the same thing tomorrow. And then we're adding a late show at 11 p.m.
okay.
And Chris will be doing all improv with projectile comedy.
Awesome.
So
We're not doing projectile comedy. Are we?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
So there'll be some improv.
Where's this girl that's a fan that bought my mask?
You're on your way there next.
Oh.
We'll
I
wrap
thought
this
you
up.
were in here. Why are you advertising other shows?
Oh well, we're all friends
That's
around
like
here.
saying, hey, did you like James Bond Skyfall when you're actually Lincoln? Doesn't make any sense.
Chris Kattan this weekend at Manny's. Thank you very much for coming by the show, Chris. It's great
I
to
can't
meet you.
wait to do the show. It's going to be a really good one because the weather's nice and I look good. I look good.
You do look good.
Well, that's your opinion. I appreciate it. How long when is this? Are we live?
We are live.
We are?
Yeah. We're gonna wrap it up.
So you can't cut out the part where I blew my nose. Oh, well.
Oh well, Chris
Oh,
Kattan
I'm on video now, too.
and you're on video.
Great.
Thanks a
What
lot
else
for
is
stopping by,
happening?
man.
No, I want to keep... Go ahead.
No, keep.
Who's the coolest person that's been in here? Yes.
You so far.
That's not true.
Let's see. Oh. Who was? Steve-O was here not very long ago. That was
Cool.
pretty cool.
What about the girl that does Call Me Maybe? She seems to be everywhere.
She has
promoting
not
that
been
song.
here. Carly Jepsen?
Oh, she was. She was like everywhere for a while.
She
Seems
has
like she
not
was
been
calling
here
every radio station every morning for a while.
for a while.
I guess it just stopped. Or Carly Ray Jepsen.
Carly. Should
her
we give
name?
away some tickets? Do you want to give away tickets?
For Carly Ray Jepsen.
No, for your big comedy show.
I want to do a show with Carly Ray Jepsen. If I did an all improv show with Carly Ray Jepsen, it'd be like all improv, where I do everything on the spot, but she just sings her stupid song.
Is there going to be some impersonations
Of her?
of anyone?
Sure.
Yeah?
Of her, especially.
I mean, you did so many
I
impersonations
didn't
on
do as
Saturday.
many impressions as I did, like, I was kind of a 1 or 12 trick pony.
12
I did like, yeah, there's like, you know,
You did
you'll get your Mango and your Mr. Peepers and
You
your
did Gay Hitler?
Gay Hitler,
Yeah.
Speck and Z Dick, and you'll get whatever Antonio Banderas
Uh-huh.
and What Is Love, Emilio, and they're not going to talk about my childhood and when I was raped. And then it gets very serious and solemn. And then we all break and we start breakdancing and have cereal. And then everyone leaves because I said, there's a fire. And everyone leaves and then comes back. And by that time, the show's over, so everyone has to leave again.
Well, it sure sounds like a lot of fun.
I just kind of gave away the surprise. And then we watched Lincoln in 3D fast.
Oh, that's great.
It is great.
All right, Chris Kattan, this
All right.
weekend only at Manny's Sports and Entertainment. Lucas and
Sports
Wayne, you guys have a
Entertainment.
great weekend. We'll see you out
The
there tomorrow
best
night.
name in hell,
Comedy
I
Club
guess.
history.
Comedy Club history. Let's call it Sports and Entertainment. That's a good idea.
It's entertainment.
Because it's entertaining and there's sports. What
Thank
else
you,
is there?
Chris.
Yes, that's the entertainment part.
Thanks for
Corky
stopping by.
Romano
man.
all the way. All right, let me